Good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and yes, folks, we're going to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we get going, folks, I had to scroll through because we literally had altogether 8 identical incidents, all occurring on the same day, all as a result of the GED. I just wanted to let you know several reports about second and third degree burns. So I scrolled past those because I didn't want you to have to see report after report after report of the same thing. But I did want to tell you about them to just tell you how consistent that they are. All right? Cool. Perfect. So we are going now to the next report. But before we get into it, a few of the usual disclaimers, all right? Okay, first off, we are going to put the link of these completely all over the place reports and out of order right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject and the tin plates. Folks, you know the drill. Click the link, sign your name, and click on your senator. Don't forget to take a look at some of the other tin plates. We also have the ever present and self explanatory Change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Now, folks, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? Also, folks, I'm not completely brain dead, but we all know me and how excitable I can get. So, if I stumble over any of my words this evening, my apologies in advance, alright? Okay, so we are going to the incident that took place on August the 1st, 2006. This is the first one after the 8 identical reports of second to third degree burns due to the GED. And remember, the DPPC doesn't think any of these incidents are emergencies because it's all treatment. All right, non-emergency internal emission act, physical injury, abrasion. Okay. Allegation summary. The ALV has an abrasion on his calf, which is the same size as the buckle of his GED device strap. Upon viewing the mark, blank indicated it was likely due to the ALV skin being pinched in the buckle. God. So not only do they use it to burn, they don't pay attention to how they apply it. Why am I not surprised? The peachy? The peachy? The fuck? Of course, sorry, criminal activity and statement. Any information of criminal activity is revealed during civil investigation. Contact the state police detective unit. The PG viewed this case on August the 1st, 2006, and suggests a 19C investigation if a crime is revealed during the 19C. Police call blah 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 for rescreening. The reporter was blank. The LV's classroom on July the 21st, 2006. During that time, the reporter witnessed routine GED rotation on the ALV and noted an injury to his calf, which appeared to be an inch-long scratch mark. Yeah, but we rotate it so it's safe. So you rotate devices, but you never take the kids off the devices unless you want them to heal because you don't want the parents or the doctors knowing what you're up to. But we gotta make sure it always works, right? When the reporter reviewed this injury, blank indicated that the mark mostly likely was from the ALV skin being caught in the buckle of the strap of the GED device. Oh, really? Really? Hmm. And we're just going to take their word for it, are we? It seems to me that the JRC gets away with this leeway that literally no other school, institution, or mental health facility on the planet gets away with. They're always given the benefit of the doubt whenever these investigations are going on by the DPPC. Has anybody else noticed that? No real investigation actually just takes place. They just interview the workers, they take their word for whatever caused the injury, and they go on about their day. Unless someone with enough power makes enough of a stink about it that they actually do some investigating and quote unquote punish the participants, right? We've all noticed this, yes? And more often than not, the staff is rotated to another position and not really ever actually punished. It's been actually very rare when they've actually fired staff. Just saying. So you have to excuse me if I don't take their word for it. Well, it must have been an aberration from the GED device. Was it? Two things. If what they are saying is true, let's play devil's advocate here. Why isn't staff being properly trained to put these things on? Number two, why are we taking their word for it? Just saying, these people are known to hide evidence, to withhold students from medical care so that the medical institutions don't really know what's going on. In fact, they have withheld medical care to the point that 6 students have died to hide the injuries and what's going on at this school. But you all are still just willing to take their word for it. It's insane. But anyways, the reporter photographed the injury to ALB's right calf on June the 27th, 2006, noting that the length of the mark at its longest points was approximately the same as the length of the buckle, about an inch. Oh, so that means that it has to be it, right? Makes me wonder, was any camera footage viewed? I mean, they've got these cameras all over the school, right? They use it to completely destroy any sense of privacy or autonomy these students have. And they sit there and say it's for the students' safety. Yet it seems to me very rare that it's actually used for the students' safety. It seems to me that they more often use their surveillance to torture the students, not so much to protect them. When you have an incident and a mark like this, you would think that they wouldn't just take the staff's word for it when the staff is known to lie and withhold evidence, when the center has literally been caught obstructing justice. Yet they're just going to say, but it matches because the length of the cut is the same as the buckle. So nothing else could have caused that inch abrasion. Nothing else would have caused that scratch. Tell me, does a pinch from a device look like a scratch? No, it doesn't. No, because then there are two sides to a pinch, folks. A pinch. A pinch would also include bruising. Because it's a fucking pinch. Right? Right? So why is an inch cut on a calf? Oh, it must have been caused by a pinch by the device. Really? Then why aren't we viewing video footage to see if that is indeed the case? Oh, but Tiffany, it was just a scratch. I'm sorry, but I think every single injury at this school should be investigated within an inch of its life. Why? Because 6 students have fucking died because of this school. 2 students were shocked over 71 times at a false prank call. 1 student was shocked over 31 times for refusing to remove his coat. This school has caused multiple students catatonia, PTSD, has starved them, deprived them of sleep. And it is all documented fact. So I don't fucking care if it's so much as a tiny little scratch that they could have got by having an accident. It needs to be investigated and footage watched. We can't trust these people. And the fact that these outside people who so called have the students' best interests at heart will take an incident like this and not view camera footage, just take the staff's word for it, I find that highly disturbing. Don't you? And if they're sitting there taking their word over so much as a scratch, what else are they taking their word for? How many cases are not even being reported because it's part of the treatment plan? All right. And on that note, folks, we're going to close out for this evening. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. And the few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. One more thought. If we have people in this documented case that are using the GED and say the buckle did cause that injury, how tight are they making those buckles? Do we not realize people who could be doing that can also be doing it with restraints? When you do something so tight that it can literally cause death, yes, folks, it can. Stop the circulation of blood. You can cause all kinds of health issues. Just saying. And on that note, we'll take off. I do appreciate your time this evening. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.